Good morning, everybody, and happy Monday. Hope you guys had a really good weekend. So, today we're going to start talking about something called mean absolute deviation. So, what is MAD or mean absolute deviation? That's going to be the average distance between each data value and the mean. And again, make sure you put your name on the top of your paper if you didn't remember to do so. So, if we take a look at what this word really means, mean represents the average when we add all the numbers and divide by how many. Absolute deviation does talk about that idea of distance. Absolute value, think about that when we learned about that. So, this definition here is kind of telling you what they want you to do. They want you to find the average and then find the distances. So, let's see what that looks like. Find the mean absolute deviation of the following data set. So here are numbers: 100, 98, 83, 56, 67, 88, 100, 93, 75, and 30. So we're going to start by finding the mean of these, which we know means we have to add all the values and then divide by how many. Okay, so how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It looks like I have 10 of these. Take this and divide by 10. All right, now I'm going to take out my calculator and add and find the sum of all those. So 100 plus 98 plus 83 plus 56 plus 67 plus 88 plus 100 plus 93 plus 75 plus 30. Looks like I'm getting 790 over 10. So if I'd like to divide this, I know that my mean is equal to 79. Okay, so I'm actually going to even highlight this because this is going to be very important. So we need to know that the mean is 79. So now we're going to scroll down. And it tells us that our next step is to find the distance of each number to the mean. And now they're talking about absolute value. So remember, absolute value is always, absolute value is always going to be positive. So I need to find how far away each one of these numbers is from 79. So I'm going to start with 100. 100 is bigger than 79. So I'm going to do 100 minus 79. And I get 21. Okay. Now I'm going to do 98 minus 79. I get 19. Now I'm going to do 83 minus 79. I get 4. Now I'm going to do 56 minus 79. Now when I do this, I actually end up getting negative 23, but because I want the absolute value, I'm just going to put 23. I'm going to ignore that negative sign. 67 minus 79. Let's see what we get. Same thing. For this one, I get a negative 12, but I'm going to just put down 12 because absolute value is asking me to ignore that negative sign. 88 minus 79 is a 9. 100 minus 79. Oh, we did this one already. I already know this one's 21. 93 minus 79. 14. 75 minus 79. Again, this is a negative, but I'm going to ignore it, and I just put down the 4. And 30 minus 79. I'm going to get this. Again, that's a negative, but I'm going to ignore it. So, this gives me a brand new list. I'm going to highlight these ones because these numbers are going to be important for our last step. So again, we found the mean. We then subtracted the mean from each one of the data points. Now I need to find the mean of all the distances. So I'm going to find the mean of all of those numbers I just found. So we know to find the mean, we add them. 21 plus 19 plus 4 plus 23 plus 12 plus 9 plus 21 plus 14 plus 4 plus 49 divided by 10 because there's 10 of them. So let's see what I get when I add all those up. 21 plus 19 plus 4 plus 23 plus 12 plus 9 plus 21 plus 14 plus 4 plus 49. It's like I'm going to get 176 over 10. Now, because there are so many numbers, I'm going to add this up one more time. Just because the thing that I see kiddos mess up the most on this is because you are dealing with so many numbers, it's really easy to accidentally forget a number or to type in the wrong number or to accidentally switch the numbers around on something. So I cannot stress how important it is to double check, triple check, because this, out of all the processes you guys are going to learn in the statistics unit, is the one that kiddos can get messed up the most. Now, I double checked my sum and I did get 176 again. So 176 divided by 10 means that my MAD, mean absolute deviation, is equal to 17 6/10. So there's my answer for this first one. All right, guys, just want to go through this again. The first thing we did was we found the mean of all the values. So we had this list here, and we found the mean of all of them. We figured out the mean was 79. Then we took each value and subtracted 79 from it to get all of our distances from the mean. How far away was each one of those data points from our center? We then found the average of all of those pieces. So let's take a look at example 2. Example 2 says, find the MAD of the following roller coaster speeds. So maybe at a roller coaster, these are all the different speeds that it could possibly go. What they're asking is how far from the average is each one of these speeds. So first, we need to find the mean. Okay, to do that, we have to add all of our values. So 58 plus 88 plus 40 plus 60 plus 72 plus 66 plus 80 plus 48. All divided by, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. All right, let's add these up. 58 plus 88 plus 40 plus 60 plus 72 plus 66 plus 80 plus 48. That's 512 over 8. And again, because I have so many values, I'm going to add it just one more time. 58 plus 88 plus 40 plus 60 plus 72 plus 66 plus 80 plus 48, 512. So yes, I got the same thing. When I divide that by 8, it looks like my mean is going to equal 64 because 512 divided by 8 ended up giving me a mean of 64. Now I'm not done though. This is just step 1. Step 2, find the distances from the mean. Okay. So now I need to take each one of these numbers and subtract it from my mean. So I'm going to do 64 minus 58. Looks like I get 6. Now I'm going to do 64 minus 88. I get a negative 24, so I'm going to put 24. 64 minus 40 gives me 24. Now guys, something I want you to notice is this time I started with the mean and then I subtracted the data point. You could switch that back and forth as long as you pick the positive value for your answer. So see how this one I started with the mean and then I wrote the data point. Then I started with the mean, then I wrote the data point. Then I started with the mean and then I wrote the data point. It doesn't matter. I could start with the data point and then do the mean. So actually in this one I'm going to do the data point first. So now I'm on 60. If I want, I could do 60 minus 64. See how I switched where my mean was? That's fine. As long as I pick the positive. So the answer to this one was a negative 4, but I'm going to pick positive 4. Okay, after 60, I have 72. Maybe I'll start with 72 minus 64. The order does not matter in this case. Looks like I'm going to get in positive 8. Maybe I'm going to do 66 minus 64. It's going to give me 2. 80 minus 64. That gives me 16. 48 minus 64 gives me negative 16, but I'm going to just pick 16 because I need the absolute value. So I had 8 data points. Let's just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're good. So all of these new values, the 6, the 24, 24, 4, 8, 2, 16, and 16, those are all the new ones that I'm going to need. My last step, step 3, find the mean of the distances. All right, here we go. 6 plus 24 plus 24 plus 4 plus 8 plus 2 plus 16 plus 16. All divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, let's find that sum. 6 plus 24 plus 24 plus 4 plus 8 plus 2 plus 16 plus 16 gives me 100 divided by 8. And again, guys, I'm going to double check my sum because there's so many numbers. 6 plus 24 plus 24 plus 4 plus 8 plus 2 plus 16 plus 16. And I get 100 again. That means when I take 100 and divide it by 8, my MAD is 12 and 5/10. All right, we have one more example together. And I wanted to show you this one because our data set looks a little bit weird this time. Now, I'm going to walk you through and I'm going to show you how to do this, but there's also a YouTube link here where you can watch somebody else explain it. Sometimes hearing it from somebody else helps you get it a little bit better as well. So, these are the bubbles blown by each gum chewer. So we're going to be comparing how many bubbles each person blew. So I'm going to have to write my data set. Manuela looks like she did 1, 2, 3, 4 bubbles. Okay, Sophia, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She did 5. Jada did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Tara only had 1. So this is our data set. It's kind of small this time. Just a 4, a 5, a 6, a 1. So step 1 is find the mean. So 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 1, all divided by 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 1. It's going to give me 16 over 4. So my mean is equal to 4. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Now I need to know the distance from the mean. All right, so my first number is 4 minus my mean of 4. Oh, that one gives me 0. Next I have 5 minus 4. That gives me a 1. 6 minus 4. That gives me 2. And then 1 minus 4. Well, that gives me a negative 3, but I'm just going to write down a 3. So these guys here are my new data set. And my last step, find the mean of the distances. So I'm going to add them up. 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 divided by 4. So 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 gives me 6 divided by 4. MAD equals 1 and 5/10. All right, guys, that's all we have for today. Thanks, and see you tomorrow.